What's up, fight fans? I'm Jake Gatto, and welcome to the Boxing and Jedi's Tavern. And today I got a very special guest. Basically, he's the owner of the page over on Facebook that I am very proud to be part of, as well as participate in. I think you guys should too. The boxing enthusiast, my man Dwayne Mauney. Say what's up, Dwayne?
Hey, what's going on, fight fans?
No doubt. Yeah, definitely, man. He's doing the calling or whatever, we're long distance, but of course, that's no reason why us fight fans can't talk boxing, So we're basically gonna be talking about the Manny Pacquiao and Adrian Broner fight. Of course, he's gonna be giving his insight, and I am gonna be giving mine. So let us know, Dwayne, how we could reach you and stuff like that, and let us know what's going on.
Wait, say that one more time, Jay?
I said, let us know where we can reach you, in case they want to follow you, and let us know how you feel about this fight.
I'm on Instagram. My name is Dwayne Mauney on there. Or you can put Utah Jazz for life. Utah Jazz, the number 4, and then life.
No doubt.
And my boxing page is the Boxing Enthusiast. On Facebook. And I'm on Facebook as well under my name.
Definitely, no doubt. So everybody who wants to, and I strongly suggest everybody join on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, go to the Boxing Enthusiast. Go check that forum out, man. There's nothing but real boxing fans. Very informative. You know what I mean? If you have no idea what the fuck's going on in the sport, these are one of the pages that I'm, like I said, humbly down with. And everybody, if you want your boxing education, go to that. So tell us, man, who you got winning this fight, man, coming up between Manny Pacquiao and Broner?
I have Pacquiao winning.
No doubt. Well, I do too. I do too. So now let's get a little technical, man. Of course, we know that shit is going on with Adrian Broner. Let's talk about the mental side of this fight here between Manny Pacquiao and Broner. Me personally, I think Manny Pacquiao has the upper hand.
Me too. Me too.
Because you know, first of all, this has always been Adrian Broner's problem. Fuckery. Him not really being serious, taking shit serious. Now, the rest has to do with something about a warrant or whatever, but that's the whole thing. You have to take care of these things. If you put yourself through these things in order for you to have a better future, you got to take care of things in the past like this, because if not, it lingers and it'll stop you. Now, me personally, I don't really care about this arrest. What I care about is this fight. Now, we were talking earlier about Pacquiao looking good and stuff. I mean, Broner looking good and shit like that. Now, I feel that Broner is going to basically hesitate and not pull the trigger in this fight.
Well, I tell you what, if he doesn't, he's really gonna get stopped.
Right.
He can't do that against Pacquiao. There's no way. I mean, he doesn't throw a lot of punches anyway. So, I mean, if he really is hesitant, to let his hands go, then Pacquiao will eat him alive. Stop him.
Truth, very true. I feel that Adrian Broner just may get knocked out between the eighth and ninth round, man. And I'm being generous.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can. I don't know what Broner can do to actually win this fight. I really don't. I think it's stylistically, it's just a mismatch for Broner.
I have
Pacquiao's too fast, too many angles, throws too many punches.
I have to agree. I have to agree. His footwork is very superior. It's just like his whole ring generalship. Period. Like Manny Pacquiao. Like, and man, we've been talking about this shit for a long time. I always say this, that Manny Pacquiao can deal with these young boys in this era, and I have a feeling that he can. He's definitely gonna be, you know, handling these guys. I don't really feel another Mayweather fight. I don't mean to sound like a hater, but I hope Manny Pacquiao doesn't get a Mayweather fight. I hope he moves on and tries to unify, because that's the only thing left for him to do. I mean, am I wrong here?
I don't Mayweather fight, I would like to see him come back and at least give some type of challenge to Floyd. You know, the first fight they had just was awful.
Right. Right.
But if Pacquiao can unify the welterweight division at this point in his career, that would be astronomical. I mean, he's already great. He's already an all-time great. If we just add to his legacy, I mean, and I don't think many people think he can do it at this point. So that would be tremendous if he could.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. And on top of that, you know, if because of course we still got the pack tards and the flow moles out there where whoever's lingering, you know, we still have well, we can one up. I guess pack tards or guys that are still excuse me. Guys that are still comparing, you know, the guys' resumes and shit. Well, I feel like this: if Pacquiao was to unify, he'll be light years ahead of Floyd just with that alone, you know. And but with the back to this Broner, you had pointed something out. You said you don't know what Broner could do in this fight. To tell you the truth, I don't either. Like, I'm trying to formulate exactly what Broner can do, and his best performances, we would have to say, was what against Taylor, which he pulled the knockdown. You know, the what was it? Yeah, the 12 round knockdown. Who else? I mean, like I said, there's really not that many highlights on Adrian Broner except for when he was coming up. But every other fight that he was supposed to step up and possibly win, or at least convincingly, but not really be fucking washed out like Garcia. And you know, I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous, these fights that Adrian Broner has hesitated to pull his fucking trigger to shoot. And that's that. Listen, if he goes into this Pacquiao fight like he does, I mean, all this talk. This is why I'm saying, man, all that bullshit. I don't believe in it. You know, all of this. I'm gonna whoop your ass. And I mean, he said that in every fight, and he wound up getting his ass whipped. You know, especially Manny Pacquiao. The reason why he's smiling, really, this is my perspective. The reason why he's laughing in his face is because he knows, bro, I'm going to fucking destroy you. You're a clown on top of that, and his actions are proving that. What do you think?
I think Broner's time is up. I think that he went about his career the wrong way. You know, when he jumped 2 weight classes for Maidana and fought Paulie before that, and you know, when he got the decision against Paulie, you know, I thought he would have moved back down. Instead, he stayed there and he fought Maidana and just got knocked around, and it's just like it's been downhill ever since. You know, it's like nobody takes Broner seriously anymore. You know, he's like this guy that has this talent, but he's never gonna live up to it. You know, and it's unfortunate because he did have the tools. It just never, you could never put it all together.
Yeah, exactly, and like
real quick, the best Broner I think I've seen is when he fought Tony DeMarco.
Yeah,
I think that's the best, where he just was inside and you know he looked really good against the taller DeMarco. You know, picking his shots and everything, he looked really good there. But I've also seen him look really bad as well.
Yeah.
So you know, it's not too many highlights from Broner, unfortunately, especially not as he's grown up in weight.
Yeah. I mean, check this shit out. I you know, as you were saying that, I was thinking like, you know, Broner's whole downfall here was basically modeling himself and following Floyd Mayweather, in which we all know, regardless, love him or hate him or love him, whatever order anyone wants to put that in, we all have to see that Floyd Mayweather is all about self-preservation. He's all about himself. You know, it's showing with Gervonta Davis as well and everybody else. Floyd is one that he wasn't going to mentor anyone at all, you know, and Adrian Broner, you know, because of his fucking up and his fuckeries and his, you know, outring tactics and living his life, which he has all right to do because he's young, of course, you know, an African American making millions, and I'm always for that. But at the same time, with great power comes great responsibility, right?
That's right.
And this is what I'm saying. Like all these guys, you know, when we start to critique, you and me and other fight fans, and we start telling these guys, they have to start living the boxer's life. Like that's something, and I always say that I've been saying this as of late because I've been taking a look at Floyd's career, and there are certain. This is what I'm saying about Floyd's career. It's like certain like you can't piece it all together. It's just different pieces that are sporadically spread out, and you have to stretch them over and try to bridge them over to complete it. So it's very hard. But at the same time, it's making sense because Floyd was always in the gym. He's always lived the boxer's life. He was clean. You know what I'm saying? These guys are not exactly, and these guys are not understanding. So with Adrian Broner doing all of this, and he's already basically fried that circuit board where his mentality is supposed to shift into clarity within boxing matches. You know what I'm saying? You know, he can no longer focus without attaching it to jokes or he can't be serious. And even when he's telling you in your face or anyone, I'm gonna whoop your ass, I'm gonna fuck you up, that you just can't take him serious because the moment you say that, Broner, it's like you gotta understand, man. Boards don't hit back, pads don't hit back. Like, you know what I mean? He looks good in the pads and all that shit. Yeah, of course, that looks great all the time. But at the same time, it's a different story in the ring, and I just feel that him making the big mistake and modeling himself behind Floyd like that's what really, really, really fried his brain up. And then what really fucked him up ultimately was when he found out who Floyd really was. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it's unfortunate because, like I said, he had the talent, and I think he took boxing for granted. He couldn't. He just started doing a lot of really stupid stuff. I don't know if he's into drugs now, whatever the case is, but it's like he I don't know. He became really disrespectful, and he just started taking his career in a whole other direction. And really, the comparisons in the beginning were between him and Floyd, and he should have did more to be his own fighter. I always felt he was a better finisher than Floyd from the beginning of his career. But then he got a bit worse with that. Everything just started declining with him. His whole attitude he never was serious. And also, Broner really can't fight any other way.
Yeah.
It's the same Adrian Broner fight after fight. He never does anything different. He never could adapt. It's just the same stuff.
Yeah.
It never changes anything. Never.
Yup. And I always say the motherfucker's shoulder roll was made in Taiwan. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like I said, man, the worst thing fighters could do is model themselves after another fighter. Like, you can take certain elements, but to fully mimicry, like to mimic another fighter completely, this is exactly why he failed. This is why he got caught with Maidana's shot for trying to shoulder roll. You're not Floyd. You're not George Benton. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. Like, you have to perfect that craft. And these guys, these days, the Charles, these guys they're not in the gym as hard. These guys don't understand. When you're not fighting, I call it off season, right? When you're not fighting a fighter, it's like you're supposed to be in the gym. You're supposed to be practicing your craft. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Absolutely.
And these guys do more partying than fucking practicing their craft and perfecting their craft, and then they're expecting to go in there, and when they do short work physically, they expect the judges, their fan base, and everyone else to speak up for them when they really lose. Like, pure example this Saturday. I'm glad this exposure happened. The Charlos. Not one, but both of them got exposed. Both of them got exposed. This is what I don't understand. One can't be biased. This is exactly why the judges did their job, but then they fucked up. You know what I mean? It's just my boxing opinion, but at the same time, my opinion, there are many others who have the same opinion as me, so it's starting to look like a fact here. You know?
I mean, honestly, you can look good knocking people out, as you're moving up and stuff like that. But when you face guys who are like elite or very, very good, the knockouts usually stop coming. It's harder to get knockouts. I think Jamel lost to Harrison, even though he outlanded Harrison and outthrew him. I think that he was countered. He ate a lot of clean shots, a lot of clean counters, and that's usually what matters. Everyone scores fights differently, but I think he lost.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, I think Harrison did the more important work in the ring, but some people say different. And as for the older Charlo, Jamal or whatever, he was looking really bad, but to his credit, both of these fighters, him and Corbo, they didn't really have time to study one another. It was like a week's notice, I believe, or something like that. But he's stepping up for competition again, even though Corbo had like a long layoff. He was ready to go. He was ready to go, and he really put a good effort in. Now, if he wasn't on that layoff, things might have been a lot different. Jamal might have been knocked out.
Right.
That's the difference, I think.
Right. See, because like you just mentioned something like you were like I mean, I'm not taking credit away, and I don't think anyone should take credit away from Charlo. But the point you just made, which is a very, very good, effective point, especially in a fucking debate. Thank you very much, Mr. Mauney. Check it out, right? Check this shit out, right, brother? Look, it's like Charlo and Karlov, all right, they took the fight on short time's notice because of Monroe's fuck up, no doubt. But that's my point. You see, if had Charlo really, really been world class, bro, he would have been in that gym in order to recognize angles and fucking straight fucking leads that were fucking tagging him at fucking Korobov's will. See, a champion can see this. He recognizes only because he's in there. Look at fucking James Toney. Reason why James Toney was so crafty in the ring was because he would spar more than anything. And when you do that, you can basically close your fucking eyes or have your face turned or your chin tucked down when a big shot's coming and weave it or deflect it or neutralize it. And this is what these guys needed to do in order to recognize what's coming to them. And just like you stated, others have stated that we've come across with, these guys didn't recognize what was coming in front of them. These guys looked lost. These guys were getting touched at will, especially from a dude that took the fight, what was it, 6 weeks? Was it? In advance, or 6 days or some shit like that? He took it, and that's what we got, right? That's what we got. Now, like I said, Korobov did his job because he was training, but he didn't know it was going to be against. But this is why his skill looked more superior in that ring, and he looked like he had more control because he had trained very hard to get up to that point. And even when he still was prepared just in case a fight was coming. This is exactly what the Charlo should have been doing. The Charlo should have been training way before this fight, in the gym, way before this fight, just in case. You know what I'm saying? Because there's really no such thing as overtraining unless you're going into the rest periods, getting closer to the fights. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, the rumors persist about this, their use of coke, and I truly believe that they are. Also, watching both fights, I was, critiquing them, and I noticed that they're kind of flat-footed. They're both kind of flat-footed. They load up on their punches a lot. They just look for knockouts, and they're really not as impressive as you would think they are. I mean, a lot of it is athleticism.
Yeah.
They're big, and they're in good shape, but they just want knockouts. They don't have real boxing skill. I mean, Jamal has an excellent jab.
Yeah.
He has a really, really good jab. But what they do is they load up on shots. And they just try to hit you with something big and get you out of there. As for the younger one, he seems to just go through the motions. He doesn't really seem like his style is refined.
Right.
It's like he doesn't know whether he wants to be a puncher, whether he wants to be a boxer. It's just he looks very confused, like against Harrison. Very, very confused.
Yeah.
About how to go about, punches, and it's the cleaner shots, it's the effective shots. That's why, a lot of people don't understand that. But everyone, like I said, scores fights differently.
I mean,
some people like power shots.
Exactly. To what you're saying, to your point, like there's a difference between like running, right? And I'm sorry, clear that. There's a difference between dictating the fight, right? And what was that shit that they were trying to say that? Oh, and bringing the fight to the opponent. Now, Charlo was bringing the fight to Harrison. Yes, he was, but he was missing most of his shots. We all saw this. He was missing most of his shots.
Things like that are very telling to the judges.
Exactly.
When you're missing and you're swinging wildly and you're not hitting anything, you're hitting air, that doesn't look good. It's not a good impression.
Exactly. And then you had Harrison fucking dictating the fight with his jab and working off the jab. And then he looked like he was getting punched very clean. He only got hit twice clean. That's it. The other punches against the ropes, them shits were shoulder shots. Off the shoulder shots and back of the shoulder shots. Most of them shots were on back of the head, and he was still being grazed. So it just came to the point that Harrison and Crunk's boxing outworked him. And I would like to make another point since you're here, bro. Right? We're going to laugh at this shit. So Harrison is a journeyman, and he only has 2 fucking losses? Really?
Yeah, but see, that's boxing today. If a guy gets knocked out or he loses, people are very quick to write him off. And it's unfortunate because he's a young guy. And it happens all the time. Guys just get it, written off. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him because he would have never really gotten another shot, at a title.
Right.
Jared Hurd is very busy. He wants Jared Hurd, but Hurd has a bunch of people who are after him right now. So who knows how long Harrison would have had to wait for a rematch, or if he would have ever even gotten one.
Yeah.
So this is good for him. He can make some money now. Let's see how he does with the rematch. I don't know if Charlo can do anything really different. Harrison is going to have to step up, really let his hands go if they have a rematch. I like what he did the first time, and now he's going to just have to step up more of everything.
Yeah.
I think more of everything. You got to let it go because now Jamel's going to really be trying to come out and get him out of there.
Yes.
And he's going to apply a lot of pressure, so he's going to have to counter him and try to discourage him and just throw more punches.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And these guys, they got to stop. They have to stop being so goddamn. My bad. They have to stop being so goddamn emotional as well.
And also, they need to humble themselves. A lot of people were laughing at Jamel for crying and stuff like that. I understand the emotion in this, but it's boxing, man. Losing isn't the end of the world.
Right.
It's not. You come back stronger. You work on some things. In the gym, you switch trainers, whatever you have to do to get to that next level.
Yep.
But it's not the end of the world, and a lot of fighters think that once they lose, that's it. But that's not what it's about.
But what is the end of? It's the end of that old shit. That if you lose your O, you're no longer relevant shit. That shit is out the window. And hopefully, hopefully these young guys, the following of this era, will understand that sometimes an O is needed, right? And a L is not really a loss. It's a lesson. Like you have to learn how to adapt. You have to come back. And if you got an L, if you lost your O, it only makes you stronger. It only makes you a better fighter. And these guys don't understand, man, that when you're fighting and you're fighting high level competition, see, now you're in the pros. Now they're fighting. Now, like, okay, now we can actually say that both Charlos now have been under battle of attrition, right? We can say that now. They've been tested. Now, did they pass the test? Nope. That they showed us that they still need work. So the Charlo at 160, just because you got gifted, let's be real here. Just because you got gifted doesn't mean, okay. And even let me correct that. Just because you got a close fight doesn't mean that you can be mentioned with a Canelo, a Jacobs, a Andre, or you know what I'm saying, or a Gennady Golovkin. You are not ready. These guys think that okay, he'll go to train now. This little fight gave him a little bit of experience. No. In order to see these guys that have been fighting at an elite pace, and even Canelo, I can't even front out. And if he hasn't been fighting on an elite pace, he's been fighting at a high level regardless. You can't just think that you're fighting these fucking mediocres, and the only guy you got is Trout, and you're gonna fucking say to yourself, I demand these. Okay, then what happens is when you get beat the fuck up, what you gonna say? The refs, the judges, you see, and this is what comes back to what you said, being humble, knowing how to lose. So I say that in this era, I'm glad that this happened because now it's gonna humble a lot of these fight fans and a lot of these fighters. A L needs to happen to the rest of these guys who are not taking responsibility within their careers to become better fighters that they say that they are.
Well, it's just like Chisora and Dylan White, the second fight that a lot of us got to watch thanks to you. You put it on.
No doubt.
And, I was at work watching it, and, I'm actually a fan of both. And it's a fight that these guys are giving it their all, and you hate to see a loser. You really hate to see one of these guys lose. But both of their stocks still ride, even though one won and one lost.
Right.
You see, Chisora lost, but he gave it a great effort. He was in shape. He was in probably the best shape of his life. And even after the fight, he gave props to Dylan White, and they laughed about it, and they just gave each other lots of love, and you like to see that or whatever, and just I'll be back in 2019 and bigger and better, and you stay positive and optimistic, and you work on some things, and that's the way, like I said, I think you should be.
Yeah.
Your stock can go up, but you have to put the effort forth, at least you can, you really went in there and you tried to make something happen. You tried to win, and you didn't make excuses.
Yeah.
Like injuries, fake injuries and stuff like that. And, some fighters, they can't admit that they lost.
Right.
Deontay Wilder's one of them.
Oh, yeah. And let's say that Broner does beat Pacquiao, right? Watch a lot of bandwagon riders say it was because Pacquiao was old, or it's gonna be to a point that they're gonna try to push Broner to almost a Mayweather-esque type, and I'm just gonna say it like this: everybody that is gonna congratulate Adrian Broner, because I'm not gonna do it. Regardless, he beats Manny Pacquiao, good for him, no doubt. But I'm not going to be one of those guys. I told you, I knew he'll do it. Oh, I didn't, if it happens, it happens. If it does happen, it'll probably be because time caught up with Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he is already, 40 years old, right? But that doesn't matter. It just gets to the point that there's going to be a lot. This fight, too, is relevant for the sport. You know what I'm saying? It's going to show a lot, too. It's going to show the fight fans that a guy like Adrian Broner, and fighters as well coming up, you cannot do what Adrian Broner did. You cannot not take care of yourself. You cannot model yourself or try to befriend another fighter and live off his clout and his career thinking that he's going to push you forward. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's all about being competitive. It's all about, fighting and taking risks. This is what this sport is about. And, I'm glad, like I said, the inevitable. This is coming to the forefront. All these fighters that are haven't been fighting right and are fighting the fighters that were, like I usually say, the group, the diamond in the rough, that motherfuckers are noticing now that we already have known. when they fight these guys, they're always losing. You know why? Because while that little group was fighting each other, this group over there, the fucking the stars in the skies and shit, the guys that were all out there, fame and fortune motherfuckers, can't throw hands really. They're fucking real amateurs fighting at amateur levels in a fucking pro in a pro division. So that's how it goes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say this. I never even thought about what happens if Broner wins. I don't really see if Broner wins. I don't see this as being, a passing of the torch kind of thing because I don't really see what else there is for Broner outside of this anyway. I think this is kind of a money grab. It's kind of, Broner's like on the way out. It's not like he has much more to accomplish. I mean, I don't even know who's out there for him now at this point. All right, you beat Pacquiao. All right, what next? He's not really a true welterweight.
And
he's not. So I mean, he's not going back down to 140. I mean,
he can't fit.
I don't see.
Yeah,
I don't see where he goes.
Yeah.
I don't see who he beats outside of that. I mean, if we're speaking realistically, I don't know. He can't beat Bud. He lost to Sean Porter already. Maybe Danny Garcia. Maybe. I mean, that would probably be a good fight.
It's just that he hesitates, man. See, that's the doubt that we all have. We know he has them hands. He just don't pull the trigger. That's what Broner's problem is, man. He don't let his hands go, man. And he has so many opportunities, kid, and he just don't do it. And it is what it is. I mean, listen, if this is what he's going to do, then I don't even see him in a fight against Benavidez. I don't see him against anybody. Can you see him against an Algieri? Not even.
No. I mean, once upon a time, he had fights with potential fights with like a Gamboa, Juanma, Gary Russell Jr. Those would have all been really good fights for him at the time. I mean, even though he was growing, out of the weight class, if he could have stayed a little bit longer, maybe a few of those fights could have happened. But when he jumped up 2 weight classes, he doesn't have the power to hold these guys off. Now it's like, what do you do now? He's too big for 140, but he's really not strong enough for 147. Where does he go? Like I said, I don't know. Spencer's already beaten him up in, sparring and knocked him out.
Yep. Yep.
He can't beat him. Thurman would just outbox him from the outside and probably drop the right hand and knock him out.
We saw Porter outwork him.
Yeah, Kell Brook would be a bad matchup for Broner. I mean, I don't know. The only person I can think of that he might have a shot with is Danny Garcia.
Because this is another thing. These guys got to stop fighting once a year, bro. This is getting when you just mentioned Danny Garcia, it took me about 3 seconds to try to remember who the fuck he was.
Yeah, I know.
Because now Mikey Garcia's last name is becoming more relevant than fucking, you know what I'm saying, Danny Garcia's. So this is what, this is another thing. Like, these guys they think that they show their face once because they held the title once. Nigga, you ain't fighting like that no more. Like, these guys are crazy, bro. These guys are crazy.
Because Danny Garcia at this point is probably slowing down. And they offered him, $3 million to fight Bud, and he refused. That would have been a good fight for him. But, see, that would be 3 losses in a row for him. So, they just said forget it. But who is he going to face now? there's not too many more cherry picks he can take at this point.
They'll probably give him Algieri.
Well, that's a winnable fight for him. I mean, that's, he should be able to get past Algieri. I mean,
that's exactly why they'll give him Algieri. Yep. Oh, Zelenlov.
Does that put him back up to where he's able to fight these big names all over again? Like
he better.
Or
he better do something. He better do something.
Listen, I heard quite some time ago that Danny Garcia was ducking Pacquiao, and that Pacquiao was trying to get a fight with Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia flat out ducked him.
Yep.
You heard anything about that?
Yep. Because that was when he said that Arum had offered him $20 million to fight. Remember that? And Arum came out in the interview and said, I never even said anything like that. I never heard anything of that. No one has talked to anyone's team or Al or anyone like that. I haven't even spoken to Angel about it. So I don't know where they're coming up with this deal or this figure. So what I feel on how they did that was, if you say that, it makes it sound like Arum's a liar, because Arum's been, everybody don't really trust Arum like that because of the money he's taking from fighters and stuff like that. But then if you look closer, yeah, he did that, but other fighters have lied in their story as well. You don't feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a toss up there. So when I hear Danny Garcia lying about 20, that makes me sound like, okay, he basically priced himself out way before, and he said this so that way the attention can be turned to Arum on some, oh, hold up, you offered him this money and now you're saying you never heard of it, so why would he say that? And the guys that actually believe these fucking guys that came out and spewed this shit, because Arum has a reputation, they're going to come out and believe what Danny Garcia says. So this is why I'm saying. So yes, he did duck him. He fucking ducked him. He ducked him. And I heard also that he offered him about, what was it? I think it was $8 million, and he still didn't take the fight.
Well, he's running out of options then. I mean,
that's listening. That's all. My bad. That's all for listening to his father. Listening to his fucking father. Oh, you can't put him in the ring just now. Let them get a little older. You got to get the money now. You got to get the fights now. That's what happened. The Salkers. We got to fight the Salkers. Yeah, make money. Put your name out there. Falsification to the fans. And then when we call your shit out, you want to call. And then when you get defeated by Thurman and your strap is taken, you want to retire. He's retiring. The fuck out of here.
A lot of these fighters get caught up in the politics, man, and they don't do what's best for their careers. You have to really think about these things, and Danny Garcia, he really isn't relevant at this point. And he's not doing much to stay in the limelight either.
True. Facts. Yeah, man. And his father.
At least take some easy fights, and at least your name is still out there. But I understand you need time off after a loss or things like that. But you can't. You're at a point where you can't stay out all that long. You can't have long layoffs at a late point in your career like this.
Yeah, man. And his father lying to him, and trying to feed us lies of, oh, my son, he's one of the best Puerto Rican fighters. Listen, when he went to Puerto Rico, motherfuckers were so upset at him and looked at him like a phony because he couldn't even speak Spanish. Danny Garcia didn't even speak Spanish. He even said it. Oh, I don't know. This is my home, but I don't know how to speak Spanish that well. So, and then that's the shit that, you can't do that. Now, Danny Garcia has not fought. I don't give a fuck if his numbers are 30-something and 2 or whatever the fuck. Never, ever will Danny Garcia be able to be compared to any of the great Puerto Rican fighters, man, in history. Never. It's too late. If he was going to do that, he should have been ending a unification reign either now or still going through it or doing 2 or 3 other things that were great. But he hasn't. He's been fighting once a year, bullshit, and this is what happened. So I mean, am I wrong here? You cannot compare Danny Garcia to any of the Puerto Rican greats.
Well, Danny Garcia, for the most part, has been brought along, very carefully. He's built a resume off of, guys who are faded. Eric Morales twice, and I really felt he lost to Mauricio Herrera. He really got thoroughly outboxed, but they gave it to him.
And Peterson.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, Peterson walked him down. I think the only issue in that fight, though, is that, Peterson started a little too late. I think that's why they may have given it to Danny. But, no, Peterson really, I felt he won. I do. But, Danny Garcia just, also the Lucas Matisse fight, he did good in, and he's beaten some guys, but he's not really all that talented. He uses what he has, and but they brought him along very carefully, and now that he's really moving up and fighting the real elites, he's having trouble now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never seen Danny Garcia look, as bad as he did against Porter. I thought he looked horrible against Porter. I mean, I'm used to Danny Garcia throwing punches and, coming out with a certain fire. And against Porter, it just seemed that it just wasn't there.
Right.
I mean, in my opinion. Now, some people felt, he even won the fight, but to me, he just either he didn't know how to get off, and Porter's style just, totally confused him, or maybe he's at that point where he's starting to really slow down and it's starting to show. I mean, I guess we'll see in his next fight, whenever that is,
right,
if he indeed has lost a step or is slowing down. But I think Danny Garcia's been in a lot of wars. And sometimes with fighters, you get old, overnight.
Yeah.
Sometimes. It just creeps up on you, and I really think that's the case. But we'll definitely know in the next fight he has.
Yeah, that's true.
What the deal is.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see, bro. Because I don't know, man. I mean, me personally, I feel like these guys haven't even started fighting yet. But final predictions, man. Before we close out, bro. What's your final prediction with this Pacquiao Broner, baby?
I am going to say Pacquiao by stoppage in the 9th.
Oh, okay. I'm about the same thing. I'm saying in the 8th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very bold prediction. Okay.
Yeah, definitely, man. So
I don't think Broner goes to 12.
Yeah, I don't think so either, brother. I doubt that. I doubt it. And if he does, I gotta see it like this. That means that Pacquiao, he took it easy.
But Pacquiao said he's training for a knockout.
Whoa.
He said that a few times. He said he's training to knock Broner the hell out. So if we go back to seeing Pacquiao, go back to being vicious and throwing nonstop punches and trying to brutalize guys, then Broner's not making it out of the fight.
Oof. That's gonna be something special, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, otherwise in that fight, fans, this was great, man. This was Dwayne Mauney. You can catch him. Look for the Boxing Enthusiast on Facebook. You know what I mean? It's a great group, man. Straight boxing, and let me tell you something, man. Everybody's welcome. Just don't, it's just basic rules, man. The same rules that we have here at the Boxing and Jedi's Tavern. As long as, you're respectful, you can place your fucking opinion all that you want. You know what I mean? But thanks again, man, Dwayne. Once again, man, I'll catch you over on Facebook and shit. We'll talk, brother.
Yo, man, thank you. Thank you all for listening.
Definitely, man. So much. Thank you, my brother. God bless, man, and everybody out there. No doubt, man. This has been the Pacquiao Broner breakdown with me and myself and my man Dwayne Mauney. Otherwise than that, God bless. Stay vigilant. I'm Jay Cotter, your man telling the truth within the sport of boxing. Peace, baby.